Hi everyone, so I wanted to do a video on this little guy here, which is my audition journal, which has been my absolute bible throughout the entire process. I really suggest you do one of these. I'm going to go through a bit about what it is and things like that, but I'd just say it's helped me so much, especially applying the first year and then applying again the second year. It's just really kept me up to speed with remembering everything and how everything happens and how everything goes on and everything like that. So basically what this is, it's where I wrote things, advice that people had given me, or it was the night before my audition and I wanted to know the tube route of how to get there, and I'd write it down in there. I wrote down the audition details, anything they'd asked me to bring with me, things like what pieces I was performing on that day, so I knew exactly what I was doing before I got there. Instead of, you know, if they give you some instructions and you're there like scrolling through an email, trying to find the right email with the right bit of information on it. If anything important came through, I would just write it down in here and I knew it was in there and I could find it. I used it after I'd done an audition, so I would come home from the day and it was really nice to sit and write and just like reflect on how it had gone, write down things that I thought went really well, things that could have gone better, things to remember to do next time. I kept a page going of songs that other people had sang that I'd heard that I really loved, that I was like, oh, I want to learn that, I want to put that in my rep. Same with monologues. If you had any monologues that you loved, I wrote those down and kept an account of those. Really important to like praise yourself in here as well. I'd write down like the things that I know I'd done really well and that I knew had gone really well, but then obviously also the things that you were like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or remember what not to do for next time. If you had an interview with them, I wrote down the interview questions that they asked me, the answers that I gave, just because, especially as I did all my auditions the first year, didn't get in, and then did all my auditions the second year, even a year on, the things that I'd forgotten, I could look back in my book and I had them written down and I knew exactly what to expect again. I also wrote down things that happened that I didn't expect to happen, that threw me a little bit. I wrote down if they gave me some feedback, I tried to like quote what they'd said and keep that written down, because it's nice to have, you know, constructive criticism, and also if they gave you some really positive feedback, it's so good to have that written down so that you can look back at it and be like, oh look, this is what this person from this school said to me. Write down anything you found out about the school on the day, if you're asking any of the second or third years any questions, it's good to write those down, the answers in here. If you have any questions to ask them, it's good to have a list, you know, just in case you forget. Or I also, if I knew there was going to be an interview, I'd write down my questions that I wanted to ask, and then just before I went into the interview, I'd just have another quick check back before I went in, just so that I didn't forget anything that I wanted to ask them. What else is in here? It's mainly that I would then, before any other audition, I would reread the things that I wrote about my other auditions, because they're all pretty similar and all the things that you write would apply to other audition days. So one of the big ones was, I wrote like, don't forget your sheet music, because one of my first auditions that I had, and I sang and it went great and everything, and then I just went and sat back down and I forgot my sheet music. So it was just, I wrote down, don't forget your sheet music next time, and it was a little reminder to me, and then I read it the night before my next audition, and then I knew in my head, okay, just remember to go and get your sheet music. Because when you audition, you're in such like an adrenaline place, and you know, a lot of it is like, you go and do it and then afterwards you can't even remember what happened. I think it's really nice to write it all down so that you can just think about how the day went and build on it, and make sure that you will get it right next time if you didn't, or if you did it really well, to remember to do that again. It's also nice for like motivational things. If you haven't watched my video on audition attitude, I'd suggest go and do that, because I was so driven this year and I was really focused on knowing that I had so much support around me, and my mum was all like, oh, you need to do like a vision board of where you want to be. I did a little thing, like a page of things that people had said to me, quotes, just nice little things that, you know, you look back at and it just puts you at ease. I've also got this page, which is quite cool, and also my, oh yeah, this, oh, you can't see it because of the light. Come come on. Sorry boys, but she believed she could, so she did. Yeah, it's basically your scrapbook of all the things that are going to help you and going to support you and make you better at what you do. And also it's helping me to help you guys, because on my videos on the individual schools, you know, I'm going to refer back to this about what happened. It was honestly so helpful to me. If I was nervous or if I was worried, I'd just read in my book, and I'd got bullet pointed lists of things that you didn't want to do and things that you did want to do, and especially like I did a really long entry for my GSA audition in my first year. So going into my GSA audition in my second year, I felt so much more relaxed and ready for the day, really. It's basically so that you have all your audition thoughts in one place and you can refer back to it, because it will make you stronger at each audition you do, because you'll have this by your side. Sounds really silly, but honestly, so I'd really recommend you doing that. Yeah, do an audition journal. Thanks, bye. So things like that, 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 little things like that, and everything like that.